Today I want to make my fiancée the happiest girl in the world, so I'm making a bunch of no-baking sweet treats. To be more specific, Russian no-baking treats. I start by whipping some cream and adding sugar to it before also mixing in some quark, or fresh cheese, I'm not sure what to call it in English, and mascarpone. In the video I watched, they mixed everything by hand, but I need my mixer for this. Next I wash some grapes, cut them in half because mine are a bit big, and place them in a glass dish. I spread the cream mixture generously over the grapes, I literally drown them in it. Now there's just one last step. I need to crush some chocolate cookies. I throw them in a plastic bag and start pounding away like in Neanderthal. But as you might guess, this technique isn't super effective and my bag starts to get holes. So I grab my meat mallet to finish the job. I spread the cookie crumbles evenly over the cream and fill up some glasses with the remaining ingredients. Then I pop everything in the fridge for at least 2 hours. After the waiting game, we can finally taste it. I saw some people online hating on the grapes, but I love the combo of fruit, cream and cookie crumble. It's super easy to make, so I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. I imagine swapping the grapes for strawberries or other fruits would be great too. Now on to the next one. It's called Kartoshka, which means potato in Russian, but I call them diabetic potatoes. I add some sweetened condensed milk to room temperature butter and mix it together as best as I can. This step can take a while if your butter isn't soft enough. I know really healthy ingredients again. Then I grab some butter crackers, because more butter equals more good, and crush them into powder in a plastic bag. This time I go straight for the meat mallet, but unfortunately I still get holes in the bag. I cut the bag open, dump the crumbs into the butter condensed milk mixture and mix it all together until it forms a dough-like consistency. Next I prepare some cacao powder in a bowl. I start forming some questionable potato shapes and coat them in the cacao powder. You could form little balls to make them look fancier, but I stick with the traditional shape. I repeat this until all the dough is used up, then pop them in the fridge for at least 4 hours. I wasn't expecting too much, but they are really delicious. The condensed milk combined with the cacao flavor and all that butter makes them super addictive. Definitely a perfect unhealthy snack. I'm giving them an 8 out of 10. Now onto the last recipe for today. A sort of honey pop muffin. First I roast some sunflower seeds in a pan. I add a bit of butter to speed up the process. Once they get some color, I take them off the heat, then throw a big chunk of butter in the pan to melt. I add some chewy caramel toffees and heat them with the butter. The goal here is to combine them, and at first it seems like they'll never come together. But after some time, stirring and believing in it, they finally come together. I also add a pinch of salt to enhance the flavor. Then I add the roasted sunflower seeds back in, along with some honey pops, and mix it together until everything's coated. The last step is to fill muffin liners with the mixture while it's still hot. After filling them up, I have a little army of honey pop muffins. They need to cool down, so the caramel firms up, and once they do, it's time for the taste test. They are ridiculously sweet and crunchy. Maybe I'll use some other cereals in the future and try to make them a bit less sweet, but for my taste they're a bit over the top. However, as a party snack, they totally do their job, and my fiancé loves them, so maybe it's just me. I'm giving them a solid 7 out of 10. That's it for now. See you in the next one.